Half a day. I'm Dave Hayner, and this is GCA Today. I'm with the Guam Contractors Association Small Business Committee, and my special guest today is Jeff Manibusan with AllStar Business Systems. Welcome, Jeff. Thanks for coming in.
Thanks. Half a day to you, Dave.
Hey, tell us about AllStar Business Systems.
Yeah, AllStar Business Systems has been delivering leading technology and document solutions here in Guam for over 25 years.
Oh, wow.
We work with quite a few members of the GCA.
Okay.
We're proud to be a GCA member,
Great.
as well as an active participant in the GCA Small Business Committee as well.
Absolutely.
So thanks for having me.
Oh, sure. So 25 years on this island, you've seen a lot of changes probably within your business and a lot of other people's businesses.
Well, certainly. I mean, my personal background is over 20 years in enterprise hardware and software. I'm new to Guam, but AllStar as a business was historically office equipment sales, leasing, so copiers, multifunction devices,
Sure.
Commercial shredders,
Okay.
things of that nature. And when I came to Guam in December, as to lead up the sales and service delivery for AllStar, we started to see opportunities here where it really to take what a traditional copier, that kind of business, that type of solution set to the next level. And frankly, I'd like to share some of the common sort of blind spots that we see that we're helping our customers sort of bridge the gap. And they would be things like common mistakes or underestimating the waste of their investment in their document workflow solutions.
Okay.
Things like wasted time and energy just to get your job done, especially in the construction business. There's a variety of different use cases, from simple printing and scanning to plotter type prints that are outsourced, things like that. And then frankly, there's a big area of risk. I think that's a lot of times a blind spot when we continue to see cyber attacks targeting things like printers that are internet facing. So our real strategic initiative, in 2019, heading into the future with the growth of construction here, is really to help our customers not only maximize their investments in their document solutions, but also optimize for security, reliability, and frankly, efficiency.
Sure. So Jeff, will you sit down with a business and discuss their needs and really help them figure out what they need or what they don't need?
Yeah, I mean, I absolutely would rather take that consultative approach rather than, hey, I need a copier in the old way of thinking, and say, really, what are your needs? Do you need to do scanning to cloud-based systems? Do you need to have, military grade, FIPS type of encryption on the hard drive? What are your exact, business requirements? Do you need to have, faxing, scanning, different document, from paper to digital document workflow transactions,
Sure.
transitions. So it really, I think now it's becoming much less about the hardware and more about software in terms of maximizing, the investment there.
Sure. Well, I know one thing, a lot of our members, and I'm sure several of our viewers, depending upon the type of work that they do, need numerous different sizes of plans as well, especially when it comes to drawings. There are requirements, especially for the federal contractors, on different sizes of drawings, or what they call mini drawings. But some businesses, that's not as big of a deal to have these large scale drawings, 8.5 by or 11 by 17s and things like that.
Not only that, but the big, the roller paper that's 3 feet wide and can get to 10 feet long.
Oh, sure.
So, we're proud to work with some of the leading manufacturers, Ricoh, Kyocera, and Konica Minolta. I think we're the only dealership on Guam that has the ability to go into 3 different manufacturers' product lines to find the desktop all-in-one solution, or that high volume black and white desktop printer, or to have a color, wide format plotter. The other thing that I found interesting and actually frankly fun to work with construction companies here in Guam is, you may need the heavy duty production level equipment at your headquarters, but you maybe have a number of field offices, where it's based on a project basis. And a lot of times folks don't realize that AllStar, we have the flexibility to provide, if it's a short-term 12-month project, that we can essentially provide a full-size rental device, rather than what people have traditionally kind of thought of as, I need to go buy a cheap sort of
Yeah.
you know, a home office printer because the project's only going to last 8, 9, 12 months.
Right.
And frankly, you know, we have solutions for the field, for the headquarters, and everything in between.
Well, that's good to know. I've been involved with projects where the project team thinks that they have to go to the main office because they need to get some really good prints made out versus just this desktop that they bought at a big box store, this desktop copier or scanner sitting over on the table that just doesn't cut it. So,
Right. It'll last a few weeks, maybe a few months if you're lucky, but then
Right.
you're back buying another one.
and the cost of those ink cartridges is crazy. So no, that's really good to know. Well, let's talk about service, because I know with the really amazing equipment that's out there now, it still needs to be checked on and serviced. So tell us about your service abilities for your customers, your service capabilities.
Thank you. Yeah, well, that's one of the areas that we really pride ourselves in and really invest a lot of money into is our ability to service our customers. And in fact, when other folks in our industry we see are losing headcounts in their technical services headcount, you know, we've grown. We've added 3 technical service reps as well as one just in the last year, one networking or software service tech, and we continue to grow as a business. So,
Right.
so that enables us, Dave, to provide same day response. If your equipment is down, you know, we want to be there that same day. If it's impacting your ability to scan or fax or print or get your business done,
Right.
and that's among the best delivery, you know, in Guam. So
Sure.
you know, we've heard from other clients that have worked with other folks, and if they don't get response times between 2 days to 2 weeks, I mean that cripples them, right?
Yeah,
So,
that's tough.
so that's one thing. The other thing that we've been taking a strategic initiative on this year is actually working with our clients to be able to monitor them remotely.
Yeah.
So we have a fleet services that you know, we just stood up a few months ago, and we continue to grow that. But you know, we're monitoring our clients remotely. We're able to monitor their toner levels, for example.
Great.
And before our clients even call us for a toner replacement, we're at their doorstep. Before they even have an issue with the printer, I can look at the error logs and actually send a tech out to either swap out the machine or repair it on site before they even realize there was an issue.
Oh, that's great.
So yeah, we continue to step that up.
Sure. And I assume there's some things that happen that one of your folks could even walk the customer through a potential repair or remediation over the phone.
Oh,
You know,
absolutely.
try this, try that, boom, then we're back up and running.
Yeah, our ability to not only monitor them remotely, but you know, there's you know, my background being in cybersecurity for over 20 years, it's very important to us and our business that we can
Right.
prove to, you know, the executives that, you know, this is all over encrypted tunneling and it's all highly secure communication from us to the client and back. And absolutely, that leads to better service levels and so forth. And by the way, the other key point that we may be the only dealership on island that continues to do sort of proactively is deploy firmware to our customers, you know, as they're being rolled out. Because as the cyber threat continues to evolve, you know, I know many clients that might be out there with a printing device that's out there 3, 4, 5 years, and they're not getting firmware updates, but your Windows machine and
Sure.
Mac OS continues to send you updates.
Right.
It's the same thing with a copier or printer. So
It's the same amount of exposure, isn't it?
absolutely.
And is the hacking, if that's the right word to use for copiers and printers, every much as dangerous as it is for laptops and
It is, and oftentimes more, because you know, if you're a IT security professional, your core focus is on those workstations, those mobile devices. Right. Oftentimes it's overlooked that that printer is on the network. It has an outbound internet connection, and there's a reason why other manufacturers out there have realized the need to partner with like antivirus vendors
Sure.
to put on the copier, because once you write executable code on the printer, that's just a leapfrog or a stepping stone to get into the network toward the crown jewels. Now, you know, the brands that we carry are purpose-built systems, so you can't even run an executable on the device. It's not like a Windows machine.
Sure.
So that's a real key consideration when you're investing in a machine that might be able to run Windows executables on a printer, which is a huge risk.
That's great to know, Jeff. Jeff, how do our members and other viewers that are watching us today, how do they get a hold of AllStar?
Yeah, they can reach us on our main phone line is 646-3575.
Okay,
And they can go to our website at allstarcopier.com.
great, great. Jeff, thank you so much for coming in today, and best of luck to your business as it just continues to grow here on Guam.
Thank you so much, Dave.
Thanks. Well, that's it for today's version of GCA Today, and we'll see you next week.